watching the Dan Rather report special because that was the biggest interviewer I think I've ever had in my boat. We're not big in size, but big in size. And Dan Rather was really cool, and oh shit, Jay, turn me back on. Never mind. Hello. This is going really smoothly. Hello, my honey.
Stand up comedian.
Hello. It's a brand new building, guys. Figured it out. Well, anyway, I got a loud voice, so I can just talk. But I think one thing that Dan does really well is make you answer questions. And there's something about when he asks a question, you know, you have to answer it. You can't just say no comment or something like that. That's why he's Dan Rather. And you got a chance to see the Corps of Engineers flat out telling you what the deal is, you know. I mean, they're concerned with shipping and the oil business down here, and it's not really about taking care of the land, taking care of people, and these are the things that we're up against, and we've been up against for a long time. So, you know, I think one thing that y'all can do to help right now is you can go download that on iTunes. It's Dan Rather Reports, and it's, hello. If they're calling you, they're in the wrong spot. They need to be here. Call them back, tell them to show up. All right. But it's Dan Rather Reports, and it's called Mudflap is the name of the episode. And, you know, just send it to people, send it around, and let people see that it's not just, you know, we're not just continuing to say this over and over and over again because we live here or because we're making this up or because, you know, we have some kind of special interest here. This is huge. This is of national importance. And one thing that Garrett was saying at the end is, you know, the one thing that we're not talking about is if we have all of this infrastructure built down here that the entire nation relies on, and it's all washing away, why haven't we talked about this? We haven't even talked about moving anything. You know, one of the biggest things that shocked me when I went to Congress and sat down with our congressmen in their offices in Washington was, I asked that question. I'm like, well, if we're not going to fix the coast and we're losing an acre every hour, and we have all of this stuff built there, we got the third largest port system right here, and the whole nation's relying on us. Has anybody talked about moving any of this stuff? And they look at me like I'm crazy. Like, no, we would never talk about that. Well, why not? I mean, if we're supposed to be the United States of America, a big, strong, smart, industrious kind of a country, we should be talking about this. That should have come up a long time ago. I mean, this started back in the 20s. When they started the projects, if y'all notice, when you're looking at maps of South Louisiana, you're looking at erosion maps, around the mid-30s, you're going to see that they started noticing we got a problem here. You know, they started a levee system in the late 20s, and by, you know, 1934, 35, they started to notice there's a problem. But they didn't finish the project until the late 60s, early 60s. So they continued on for another 30 years building that levee system, knowing we're going to have erosion, there's going to be a problem. And all of this has been kind of just pushed on the side, but now the land is up to the people, it's up to the infrastructure. You saw the pictures of what it's going to look like in 50 years, and there is no New Orleans. Baton Rouge is the coast. And from what I see from flying around and watching the land disappear and seeing with my own eyes, you know what? That's pretty accurate. In fact, it might even be a little optimistic if you ask me, because we're losing land at an enormous rate. It's you know, Garrett just said in the last 5 years we averaged 60 to 70 miles square miles per year of land loss. That's unbelievable, but when you're flying over it, you can see it. You know, I have a pilot's license. I fly myself around. That way I don't have to listen to somebody else's opinion about what's going on. I like to see for myself, and I think most people do. And I spend a lot of time taking people in airplanes and showing them, you know, and 'cause that's the way to see it. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but Google Earth in this area is pre-Katrina. Most of the sections that you look at is pre-Katrina pictures on Google Earth. So you can't tell somebody, go look at Google Earth, you're gonna see it, because you're not. You're gonna see what it was 5, 6, 7 years ago. You're not gonna see it as it is today. Because if you're looking at it like as it is today, we're in an emergency situation all the time. This is an emergency right now, every day. We don't have a day off. And, you know, I don't have a day off, and I'm tired. So we need y'all help, and we need y'all to help us spread this message, get this out there that we don't have time to waste. We either have to fix this, or we have to start moving this. And when I see all of this new construction going on, it scares me, because we haven't fixed this. See this body of water right here? That's the Gulf. That's not Lake Pontchartrain. That is directly connected to the Gulf. It used to be a separate lake. This was a fresh water, body of water. It was surrounded by cypress trees. If you notice by the airport, you're gonna see a lot of trees dying. And that's way up there. The Gulf is connected to this body of water. That's what happened during Katrina. This got filled up with tidal surge, just like as if it was the Gulf, and it tried to drain out and it busted the levees down. So New Orleans is right now surrounded by the Gulf of Mexico. That's right now. That's not later on. You know, we got to get some land building out there on the east side. That wall blocking off the Mr. Go that's this big compared to that hole that opens up this body of water to the Gulf. That little section that we just built to make everybody seem like they're protected, that's this big. And when a storm comes through and it starts pushing to the tidal surge through here, it's going to roll right through that. So, you know, watch who's telling you what's going on. Watch what's really happening around you. And you know, I think you need to go take a look around. I think everybody that lives in the city of New Orleans needs to go take a little drive around and see where you really stand. Look over the levees, because what's on the other side of that levee is where the danger is. And that Gulf is coming, and it's coming every day. An acre an hour, boom, boom, gone, gone, gone. And that's speeding up. So, you know, this is why I work on it, you know, because I think that the rest of the nation has no idea how important this place is. And it's too bad that Dan Rather's not on like CBS or 2020 or anything like that. It's on HD Net, but we can go get it on iTunes and spread it around ourselves if that's what it takes. Because we're going to have to do something. The country has to do something. And I think, personally, that Louisiana has provided so much for this nation to be the strong, powerful, and cool nation that it is because of the music and the culture that comes from here. That, you know what? It deserves a lot better treatment than we've been getting. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that worldwide, that this place deserves better treatment than that. And I'm going to work as hard as I can. Thank you for being here this afternoon.
Repeat the website again?
The website, oh yes.
Dan Rather?
Go to iTunes and look up Dan Rather Reports. And the name of the episode is Mudflap. You can't forget that.
No, I didn't hear you.
I don't know why you call it Mudflap, but it's catchy. But and Dan was very cool. Actually, he wanted to stay out there. After he was with me, he had to go interview the guys from the Corps, you know, and he didn't really want to go do that. He wanted to stay out there and do some fishing, because we had just got a couple of nibbles, and he was like, "Oh man, I gotta go to work." Like, "Oh, well, look, here's my number. Just call me. We'll go to the camp and we'll do a little fishing." Because he was a great guy, and I enjoyed that day. But thank y'all for being here, Christina. Thank y'all. Give it up.